What's up, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Spin That Wheel series. Today, we've got Andrew HOOTS coming on. This is episode 4. Hoots hit the wheel last week, so we're going to shoot with Hoots. Talk to him just about his experience and life in general. All the cool things he's experienced with the job, with the people, go over some of his answers to his questions, and we're just gonna shoot it with old Hoots. We're excited about this episode. I can't wait for you guys to see him. But yeah, with that, let's push to Hoots. Hoots!
What's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can. Let me try to hit back here. Yeah, my bad, dude.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I don't really know what it looks like on your end, but I'm shooting on Streamlabs. So, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. Am I like in the camera?
Yeah, you're in.
Nice, perfect.
What's up, dude? What you been up to today?
Shoot, just prepping up, getting ready for the next venture. We got Hanky Luta going on in Nagani. It's like a snow festival this weekend. They set up like a big old like snowboard jam sesh in the middle of town, and they let you they keep the bars open all night and take your beers out on the street.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, man, big old bonfires. It's a good time.
Where is this at?
Nagani, Michigan. So
okay.
like right by Marquette's like the bigger known area there.
Well, sick. So how long do you say that is? How long does that last?
It's Friday night, I think, is like the jam sesh, and then Saturday night is probably just the festivities. You know, it's a 2-night thing.
Okay, that's sick, dude. Who you going with?
It's gonna be me, Doug, and Dylan, and probably Doug's wife, Alicia, going out there. Cause me and Dougie checked it out last year, and we're like, oh man, we gotta make this a tradition now, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've heard lots of things about Dougie. I need to meet Dougie.
Oh yeah, man. I hope you guys get to, man. You love him.
Yeah, dude. I at some point in life I want to come up there. I know you got the cabin that you go to a lot with Trevor.
Oh yeah.
And it sounds like a blast.
You gotta check that out, man. You'd be doing yourself a service for sure.
Yeah, dude. And you're hitting saunas on the daily, huh? Or a steam room?
Oh yeah, sauna, man. Yep, I've got 3 in a row now since I got back, because I don't get to do as much as I like on the road, so I gotta kind of keep it heavy when I'm here, you know. Heavy doses.
Man. So what does that look like? So you like, as soon as you wake up, you drop all the clothes, probably go to sleep naked too, and then you just head to the sauna. How long you in there for?
Oh man, I'll sit in there for a good my first one back, I might do a good 45-minute hour. It's definitely not recommended to the novice user. You want to stick to 15 minutes, you know, but
yeah.
After that, it's roughly, I would say an average around a half an hour. But when I first get back in there, I'm pretty cold, so I'll sit a bit, you know.
Oh yeah, that's Johnny's always been big on the sauna steam room situation. And when we went to Germany, we got in. The hotel had one, which was sick.
Oh, nice.
But man, yeah, he could crank an hour in there, and I'm 10 minutes in, I think I'm dying. It's so.
Yeah, you gotta hydrate, man. Bring some Pedialyte or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta stay on top of that. Okay, cool, man. Well, thank you for coming on to this. As you know, we've been doing the wheel series. So everyone that answered the polls, they got their name on the wheel, and we're doing one-on-ones. I really want to pick your brain and talk to you about just life since I got to meet you, coming out and working with weights. It's been more than a pleasure, dude. I mean, we'll get into it too. Just lots of people just love spending time around you, and you've got bunch of one-liners and stuff that I know Josh even had them written down at one point. He's like, these are just things that Hoots says.
Oh yeah, they get a kick out of it, man. But the
Yeah, dude.
feeling's mutual entirely. And thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm been excited to shoot this one with you. In fact, one of my favorite content videos was a short of you guys. And I almost put this. I have a virtual training video or a video like PowerPoint slideshow that I've been doing with the guys before they come out in the field lately. And obviously, it's riddled with content from the channel. So I almost put one. I don't even know if I did or not, but the one where you were in the hot tub with the crew and you were sitting there talking about like just I can't remember the words you used, but you were just like it's everything is like one unit. Like it's so cool to watch, like everyone with their roles and like what they do and like how it's evolved and stuff. And that's just one of my
I think I
favorites.
remember that, man.
Yeah,
That was out in Cali.
yeah. But that was just cool. Everyone kind of sitting around. I think you were kind of new then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Still pretty fresh.
Yeah. So, but just hearing your take on that was really cool and one of my favorite videos. Which, so speaking of, we'll dive into it. I kind of want to hear from you first. Just thoughts on first install. When was it? Where was it? Who were you with? What was your, if you can recall back to that time, like what was your thought process through all that?
That was Houston. Um, and man, that was quite a rip. We had a huge crew out there. I know you were there. Allie was there. Shoot, back then, I mean, it was Suddy, Ian, Trevor. Who else do we have? It was just a giant crew, man. I remember us all taking that group photo in the lobby when Chris had swung by with the Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah. When? So what?
Yeah, so
When was this?
I'd
When
have
was
to.
it?
That was February, dialing about 2 years back, we could say now exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the initial run.
Were you? How many? Do you remember how many new guys were there? Was it you? And were you the only one, or was there a couple others? Do you remember
Well,
at the time?
I'm the only one who survived, unfortunately, for the other two, but it was Ian and Suds, man, fell off.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Well, we're glad that you're still here and a part of it. But yeah, do you? Let's talk about real quick before we get into the questions too. What's been your favorite install, whether it was city or group of guys you're with or experience?
Oh man, favorite.
Or you can give me a couple. Just
I'm gonna give you one from last year and one from recent times.
okay.
I would say overall, I gotta say California Christmas with the crew was quite an experience because everyone was away, during a time when people like to be at home, but just being with that unit and that crew of guys and gals and crew, including Allie there, that was like a family in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like Allie came up with a super cool idea of doing Secret Santa, and we all met up. And I remember like Hunter getting us together, and he like put together these really good skewers and like grilled up a ton of food, man. We were all outside just hanging out, and it felt like family on the road. So that was definitely one that stands out to me. And then dialing back recently, just the one I was on, I got to go to Houston, man, and we were dead center downtown in the heart of it.
Mm-hmm.
I probably woke up at like 11 p.m. after a nap, and I brought my skateboard with. I had to get to a gas station, so I just went out there, kind of skating the streets at night, and like the whole scene was just kind of breathtaking, man. So that was a pretty cool experience for like atmosphere and just you know not so much. The Cali Christmas was more so hanging with the crew, but just for like the scenery, I'd say Houston.
Yeah, yeah. Texas is great, man. There's been a lot of places that we've been to around that, just in many of the major cities there that those stand out to me. I mean, a lot of the reasons were is because like it was the Amazon project, so we were there for quite a while. It was like a couple weeks, and when you do that, it's like you kind of build a home and a life with the people that you're on the road with.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's super cool. What's your favorite thing you've done on the road? Like just the kind of experience. If you like, I know you disc golf a good bit. You're big into that. Did that start with weights?
Yeah, I mean, I'd been discing, but really like it took off with weights because like that initial run, like if we dial back to not Houston, but shoot, where were we in Texas in February 2 years ago, Lance? I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think. 2 years ago. Was it in Amazon?
Yeah, was that Houston?
It could have been. I've been to Houston, DFW, San Antonio, but I don't think it was San Antonio.
Maybe it was Houston. We were just more so on the outskirts of the city there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when I know Johnny was out there, man, and he was really rallying the troops back then to like get them like go discing. And even if no one was going with him, the guy was going out solo, you know. So it kind of inspired me and like got me going on it. It's like a ripple effect within the whole crew, you know. Everyone started discing for a good chunk of time there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite parts about going out on the road is, and it does take, I mean, like, you know, after a long day of work, it takes that one person like Johnny to be able to be like, hey, like, let's go do this. You're not going to regret it. I know you're tired, but it's just, it's like the atmosphere, the camaraderie, usually the courses. It's just a new course. It's a different course, different place. You've never played it before, so it's cool that everyone's going to experience that. It's not like it's someone's home course that they know all through and through. But then it's free, like it's free to play.
Oh yeah,
which is a huge win.
Nature vibes, man, fresh air, and
Mm-hmm.
you know the life, Lance. You in a hotel room, you're in the big cities, crammed up in the airport, and like getting out there is like. That's dang near like therapy, you know, leveling it out.
Oh yeah, yep, for sure. Okay, cool. So that all kind of ties into what we're gonna do, or with the questions that I had asked on the poll. But so when I asked your favorite part about working with weights, you said the awesome people I get to work and hang with. Obviously, that's been clear with some of the things you've been talking about now. But who would you say is, you know, your closest friends, or oh, yeah, they're not even coworkers. Like Johnny said, it's like I don't have coworkers. I have friends that we just happen to work together.
Yeah, that's a great line.
But who is you know, who if you're building a team out, like who your go-tos? Who do you want out there?
Ooh, go-tos. If I just got to rattle them off, man, and you know, there's a ton of them.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard.
I wish I could say 50. I'll give you 5. I'm gonna say off the rip. You got Trevor, you got Keegan, you got Trey. You got Johnny, and then I just want to keep going. You got Mason. Yeah. It's like
I know it's riddled with it, man. I won't make you narrow it down, but it's just, I don't know. That's what's so cool about like going through and reading all these answers, seeing everyone's comment is like, you know, there's 35 some odd 40 of us out there on the road, and like everyone out there just gets it. It's they literally are what makes this job so awesome.
Exactly.
It doesn't feel like a job, but in the meantime, we're still kicking ass and like delivering, and you get to do that with a bunch of people that you like to the point where it's like, why would I ever leave? You know?
Right. Or how could I be so lucky to have gotten here, you know?
Yes, exactly, dude. That's a big one. It's like, what? And that's actually so funny that you say that, because like whenever I'm interviewing and recruiting new people to come out, because, you know, we're growing, all the things, that's one of the biggest. I laugh a lot. Like at the beginning of the interview, I'll hear how they got to this point, and I'm just like, you have no idea how lucky you are if this works out with you. Like, right? It's so cool of an opportunity. Okay, so the next one was your favorite memory while working with weights. You did say I would say it's a toss-up between last year's California Christmas vibes and everyone mobbing out at the front of the cruise ship when it was taking off.
That's embedded in my mind, man. That was like a movie scenario, man. So that was crazy.
That was
those birds like cruising with us, and it's just something was in the air, man.
It was, man, and there, you know, there's 100 of us on the front of that boat, and then you just look around, and you're like, oh, we all work with the same place, and like it was just like everywhere you turned, it was such a cool moment. I might even play that clip of the short where it was like Trey and I were running around just getting everybody on there, and it was like, yeah, I mean, like you said, it was like a movie, dude. Like it was like, can you believe that this is where we're at? Like 3 or 4 years ago, we're talking about going on a cruise, and all of a sudden, we're on a cruise. So that's another thing we need to do. We need to manifest another adventure like that. We don't have anything on the radar, so we got to start talking about something cool to do.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's see. What was your favorite part of the cruise? Do you have one?
Favorite part of the cruise, man.
Memory that sticks out.
Memories. Holy cow, man. This is kind of selfish of me, but personally, like I'd ventured into that like weight room kind of area and like did a little exploring. I stumbled upon, man, they had the biggest sauna and the biggest steam room like right next to each other I've ever seen. It
Really?
felt like some James Bond stuff, man. And it was completely empty, like nobody knew about this or something. So I was in there and just feeling like, what the heck? You know, you could feel the boat going. You're just in a sauna. I know I keep bringing that up a lot, but for me, that was like,
That's
that
it.
was right, hit home, you know?
It's like it was built specifically for you. Like nobody knew about it.
Oh, for real.
And you weren't even like
That was
shouting it
something
out
else.
like to everyone. You were like, "This is I'm gonna keep this. I found the gym."
Well, you know how it goes. It was hard to communicate on there. If I could, I would have sent out a red alert, you know?
Yeah, it was. I forgot about that. I didn't have any internet at all, so it was like, which was also a cool thing about being on the boat. It's like you would just run into people and then try to rendezvous. It was kind of like old days.
Yeah, that's exactly, man. Brought back a different era.
Mm-hmm. Um. Okay, so we'll get into some of the fun ones here. So I had a question on there. You're hosting a dinner party, and you have to bring on three famous people, celebrities, whatever. And when I asked who your three famous people would be, you said, I'm going to pull up an image. You won't be able to see this, but it's for the viewer. You said, if I say one of these names wrong, you let me know, but I've got Oliver Sykes, Jesse Lacey, and Slim Shady.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's dive into each one of them. So, why on each one of them?
Well, you got Oliver, man. That's Bring Me the Horizon. It's like his voice is so melodic, man. I've never heard. He's probably got the best vocals I've ever heard, in my opinion. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and not only that, but I feel like his band has dynamic between the heavy and like the soothing, and they can mix it in like nobody else does, you know.
Uh huh.
And they also got a ton of range, like it's crazy. So just his lyricism is intriguing to me about like where his headspace is at. So I feel like he would be some pretty intriguing dinner conversation.
Yeah. Did he? Okay. So, what was the band?
Oh, Bring Me the Horizon.
Bring Me the Horizon. Okay. Does he do any other, I guess, content besides music? I mean, like, he's been on podcasts or anything like that. I'm sure maybe something, but
Oh yeah, you could find some interviews and whatnot, but I that's what got me into him was the band, you know.
oh yeah. I'll definitely have to. I definitely heard of the band, but I couldn't tell you. Like, if they were playing, I couldn't be like, that's them. So I need to investigate.
Man, I'll show you next time we're hanging.
Yeah, for sure. Which hopefully will be soon too. I know you're going out to New York for a run, and I'm sure within that area, I'll make my way out to one of those too.
Nice, nice.
So the next one was Jesse Lacey. Why Jesse Lacey?
Yeah, that one's brand new. That's his band, and I know you know those guys. They
Yeah.
did Jesus Christ, and that's a pretty popular song back in our day. But he once again, it's like really the lyricism. It's just I've never heard something so, and it sounds weird, but so kind of like dark, man. Like
Hmm.
he seems like in a different headspace once again, and I just love to pick his brain on like what results in such material, or how can he paint this picture, so poetically, or the just once again too like the the way that band sounds like stands out from like anything that's ever hit me, or it seems to hit home with me. So just seems like it would be pretty intriguing to pick his brain, you know?
Oh yeah, and I mean, yeah, I mean with musicians, well, you don't get to see a lot of the inside scoop of the process and everything, but that's something that I would love to watch or be a part of. It's
Right.
just like what is your process here? Like, where do you start? Do you start at a hook? Do you start with collaborating like on lyrics with someone else? Like, and when are those moments clicking where it's like, oh, I got something here. I would love to just pick its brain and figure out like their process.
Yeah, how does it result in that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. How'd you build this? I mean, with what tools?
Right.
But yeah. So, and then your last one, you said the real Slim Shady Eminem.
Yeah, well, that dude, that's Detroit, man. That's Michigan, through and through. And I think his name speaks for himself. And these days, like, just kind of sit down with him too, like his process of life because of where he was at and where he got to today. It's such a vast difference.
Yeah.
And there's times where it's just like, man, if you listen to some of his music, it's like dang near like this guy ain't gonna make it past 30, and now it's like he's looking way better. So that'd be pretty cool. Just be like, how did you make that journey?
Yeah, for sure. I haven't. Has he dropped anything lately? I saw the other day, and like he had a song come out with Juice World, who rip, but I don't know how they do that. I don't know if they're just dubbing like his audio or whatever. But it was talking about lean and like just going overboard with it, all the things.
Yeah, that was actually on his radio station. Shade 45 was blowing that one up
Yeah.
after because I threw it on the chat. And then afterwards, I was cruising around listening to XM, and I'm like, dang, that thing played like probably 5 to 10 times. It's kind of a trip.
Wow. Yeah. Is he dropping an album or anything soon, or any news about him?
I haven't heard. The most recent news I seen on Shady, man, was when the Niners beat the Lions and he was flipping them off,
I saw
double
that.
middle fingers.
I saw that.
That was pretty great.
Yeah, dude, that's incredible. Okay, cool. Yeah, that would be quite the epic dinner party. Hearing each one just collab and bounce ideas back and forth with each other, just about their process and everything.
Oh yeah,
That'd be
definitely.
sick. Okay, so we'll go into the next one. The next one has to do with music. So you said one. The question was one album everyone should listen to front to back. Not just pick songs, not just the band or anything specific, but literally the album itself. Because of the poetry and all the things. You gave me two. You said science fiction and the devil and God are raging inside me. You said the feeble and God. I think you meant the devil. I think it was a mistype.
Oh yeah, yep. That's a typo for sure, but
Yeah. So this is both. These are both brand new albums.
Yes,
Let's talk about each one. Why these two specifically? Any thoughts on that?
well, when it comes to the devil and God are raging inside me, that was one that it can just transport me back in time, kind of like nostalgia, pure nostalgia. I listened to it like so much for so long and then just kind of stopped and forgot about it. That when I rediscovered it, it was like, holy cow, this is dang near like a time machine. If
What
I
year did it
wanted
come
to,
out?
that was shoot, that had to be 20 between 2005 and 2008 would be my best guess, but I
Okay.
can't verify that.
Yeah. But yeah, just bring back those feelings and emotions. I guess you took a long break from it and then listened to it again, and it was
Right,
epic.
right. And the album overall, I mean, from front to back is it's a masterpiece in my opinion. I mean, you got to be in the right mood, you got to be in the right headspace.
hmm What's
But
that?
if
What's that?
if you are,
What's that mood and
what's up?
headspace for you?
It's more of like oh man, like a healing. Like I'm trying to like I don't know. I'm trying to either stir something up like emotionally and just deal with it and face it, or I'm just trying to like I'm just trying to mellow out and lay back and kind of just vibe. It could do either or. So, it depends. You got to be ready for it if it's really taking it somewhere. 'Cause like I said, the material isn't it isn't like the happiest or whatever, but I feel like it's honest. Like it's
Hmm.
really like a really transparent delivery, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm about things like that. Like when you don't even, especially when it catches you off guard, when you're like emotionally like something just hits you and you connect with it on that level. Like that's the good shit in life. You know, I mean, that's sometimes it's hard to deal with that stuff, but that's just the good stuff. You know.
Yeah, it's good for you too. I mean, if it gives you goosebumps, that's a good sign, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Did oh, I think I lost you. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Okay. So then the other one was science fiction. Is that more recent or?
That's a newer one. And it honestly, it took a little bit to grow on me, man. When I first heard that album, it was interesting to me because like the only track I would want to play off it was number one, the intro, just because it came in so different and so like weird. Like it's almost like a therapist or like an account of like this lady talking about therapy and like really it's just really like a low tone and like weird. And then it slips into a long like intro of instrumentals and bleeds into the song "Lit Me Up," but that one was immediate off the bat, or off the bat. I loved it, and nothing else on the album really like struck me or really sunk in until honestly, like probably the seventh to 10th time I listened to it, and I realized, okay, this went from one to two to three songs, and now it's like dang near the whole album. So
Yeah.
it's something that grew on me over time. Like I almost had to grow into it. So it really intrigued me, and now it's like something I enjoy more than like anything. But it's funny to me because back then it's like I was just playing track one and on to the next thing, you know?
Yep. Yep. Dude, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, there's just something special about albums that stick like that, especially over time as you change and evolve, and it just kind of grows on you as you grow. You know, it's super cool. Okay, so we'll get into the next one. The next one was a movie everybody should watch one time before they die. And your
Yeah,
movie
sure.
was Four Brothers with Mark Wahlberg. Let's talk about it. Why this movie?
Marky Mark, man, once again. Oh, well, a lot of that back in the day was Marky Mark, obviously, but just the storyline and I don't know, the camaraderie in that movie between them, along with like the difference in personality types you're seeing there, it kind of represented something that I think is like really beautiful in life. You could take different people and if they have good hearts, if they have the right overall like mission there, they can be as different as they want and be just as close as family and not even have to be family, you
Yeah,
know? So that was like a kind of like a heartwarming message, and it's not a heartwarming movie. I mean, that's one of the most violent, like well depicted kind of urban, Michigan gang stuff and kind of corruption and everything, but it really represented like the little guy, for lack of a better term, like winning the fight against like Goliath, the evil Goliath. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
And that overall, like it was just the cinematography and like the acting and how it kind of just like pump you up and also like deliver that message. Like I just haven't seen it again done like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Do you know who directed this? It's okay if you don't. I should have looked it up beforehand.
I can't say I'm ignorant on that, you know. I should know a little more than I do, but
Yeah. Um, so yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen it. I have seen this. It came out pretty good while ago. Is this
oh yeah.
movie the one where is there a curb stomping scene in this movie?
No, you're thinking of American History
I
X,
am. You're right.
which is actually that's an all-time classic, man. That one
Yeah.
that one goes way, way back. I think I seen that in like closer to like junior high times, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I'm glad that you remember that. That was gonna drive me nuts. I was like, maybe this was that one, but yeah, that scene. Whew. That scene was like wild. Literally still
Oh
stuck in my head. Like I think about that and like get chills.
yeah,
Uh,
you can hear the teeth on the curb.
it's so
Yeah,
bad.
no,
Oh
it's a
man,
rough one.
my
Yeah,
lord. Well, Four Brothers, yeah, great film. Need to. It's going on my list as an up next feature to watch again because I think I only seen it one time through. So I definitely need to check it out again.
definitely.
Okay, so that was it for all of the questions, but like I said, I am tailoring all of these interviews to whoever comes on. So, Hoots, since you're on here, I did with Griff. I did a Mount Rushmore. That was a Mount Rushmore of Uber Eats selections. So, we're gonna do with you because per Trevor's request, he said you're a big candy guy, snacks, candy, treat
Oh yeah.
guy. So what we're doing is we're gonna do the Mount Rushmore of candy with you. It can be chocolate. It can be so sweet, salty, sour, whatever. We're going your top 4 picks. Mount Rushmore of candy.
Top four picks. I don't want to mess this up.
Yeah, you think? Take your time.
I'm gonna have to go with for the first two. You got Sour Patch Kids.
Just the basic, like,
Just basic, can't go wrong with. Well, now you mention it, movie theater Sour Patch Kids seem to have like they seem to have a connection with the company where they're like send us your extra good tasting
yeah.
ones or something. That
Give
that
us your good ones.
that's definitely one that will forever be there. As much as I can't eat them no more these days, trying to get my teeth fixed and whatnot. I did my time for sure on those, but. I don't know if you remember Bug City.
Nope.
There were these like tart candies, and once again, you get them at the movies back in the day. They come in like a plastic bug catching jar with like holes in the top, and oh
Okay.
man, those things. They're better than sweet tarts in my opinion.
So are they? They're more sweet. They're not sour. It's kind of like a sweet tart.
Yep, it's like a sweet tart. It's got some tartness to it, but it's more on the sweet side.
Okay. Yeah, I have not heard of this. I would be interested. Are they still making them or no?
That's the thing. They've been gone forever, but I swear I was Googling it one day because I was really thinking about it, and you can still get them just off some not so like trustworthy looking websites,
Yeah.
So they're out there somewhere, man.
You're gonna get like fentanyl laced candy or something.
Yeah. I think I got a bad batch.
Whatever, I love them.
Yeah. Right.
Oh
So
man, so those are
those
two.
gotta go. Those gotta go on the list. I can't leave Mr. Goodbar out.
Wow, really? I don't even think I've had that. I know Mr. Goodbar, but I don't think I've ever had it. Is it just what is it with chocolate?
Yeah, it's an all-time great chocolate bar with just peanuts in it. But
Okay.
for some reason, they're doing something right with the chocolate to the contrast to the saltiness of the peanuts, and that thing has never done me wrong. I did notice between like the bigger bars of it, you don't want to go and get like a king size Mr. Good bar. You want to find them in like the little mini Hershey bags,
Yep.
the individually wrapped ones.
Yep.
Those things are fire every time.
That's the kind of advice we're looking for here on this Mount Rushmore. Is the dirty details. You don't
Oh
want the
yeah.
big boy. You want those bite sized ones.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that for sure. And then, man, I hate to be basic, but you can't go wrong with the Hershey's and almonds.
Oh, okay. Nothing
Just
wrong with being basic.
like the medium size, like the normal size bar, but I don't know, just the way. Because if you get a Hershey's, it's all segmented out. It's like a different texture to it.
Hmm.
But if you get a Hershey's and almonds, it's like slick, smooth surface. And then they don't even give you like that many almonds. But when it hits, it's like, ooh, it's that much better because of it.
Ooh,
There's
that's kind
something.
yeah, that's kind of nice. So it's like you don't want to overload it because when you do get that bite, you cherish it more than the other bites when you're not getting them.
Exactly.
That's cool. I love that. Okay, so yeah, you had Sour Patch Kids. What was the second one called again?
Sour Patch, Bug City.
Bug City. And
Bug
then
City, Mr. Goodbar, and Hershey's and almonds.
okay. And we're not having candy right now. You've taken that out of your life.
No, I'm definitely I don't got as much of a sweet tooth as I used to. Like as I'm getting older, I seem to be gravitating towards more like I'm in the pickle aisle and the almond or the
Okay.
olive section and the saltiness,
Mm-hmm.
Just more so like beer drinking snacks it's
Yeah.
hard to like mix like having a couple brews with some candy. I feel like I keep that separated. So
Yeah, yeah. So once the beer drinking came along was when the whole palate had to adjust. I hear you.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I'm
You know
not
how it
eating as
goes.
much cereal these days because of that exact same reason.
Yep.
Oh man. Well, cool, dude. That was a great interview. We'll call it here. But yeah, man, I really do. I appreciate you coming on. You're gonna
Appreciate you
get
having me, Lance.
for doing this. You're gonna get a little Uber Eats gift card from me. Just a little
Hey
treat.
man,
Treat yourself.
it's more than kind of you, brother.
But in the meantime, dude, keep it up. Keep being you. That's the best part about you is that you are one of a kind. Of literally never met anyone like Hoots. You got your Andrew Hootery, but the nickname is Hoots because there's no one else. There'll never be anyone else like you. So yeah, just keep it up, and I hope that we get to hang out real soon.
Love to hear it, man. Means a lot coming from you.
Yeah, excited for what's to come, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. I'm sure you'll be coming back on within reason.
Hey man,
reasonable
looking
time.
forward to part 2. It's been a good time.
Heck yeah, dude. All right, man. We'll chat later. All right.
All right, brother. Take it
Peace.
easy.